I feel like I got ran over by a train and I don't know why. Good morning. It is Thursday. I believe it is the 4th. The days are running together. January 4th, 2018, and I am in the middle of my Plan As You Go month where I show you how I plan with my bullet journal and my Erin Condren planner in tandem over the course of a month. Like I said, I feel like I've been hit by a truck today and I don't know why. Maybe I'm getting sick. Maybe I am just wiped out. Maybe I'm dehydrated because, you know, it's the hunt for Red October right now. I don't know. Suffice it to say, if I sound low energy, it's because I am low energy today. But let's get a look. Now, yesterday I made a very big point that I wanted to get my shit finished yesterday, the shit I was working on, and I got almost everything on my list checked off and a lot of big things dealt with. That's good because today I have other things I need to focus on. Let's take a look at my planner. I checked everything off. I'm not going to check locks off, even though I did do some research on that because I need to meet with a locksmith. I've made some inquiries, but I haven't made an appointment yet. But I did get a lot of other things figured out. Ooh, I got to cross that off my list. Got that done. Let's look at my bullet journal for yesterday. Everything on here is checked off except for getting some stuff for my website done. I didn't have time for that. Now I want to take a few minutes and update all of my shit, my time tracker, my challenges, etc. So we're going to go to Year in Pixels, which I posted yesterday on Instagram, and a lot of you guys were like, fuck yeah. And you like the January cover page, which is cool because I'm still not sure how I feel about it. Maybe it's this like weird Goals cereal. Like, what would Goals cereal look like if you were gonna pour a bowl of Goals cereal? Would it be sweetened? Would it have crunch berries? Would it be like my favorite 80s cereal of all time, Crunchy Stars, the cereal of the Swedish chef? And if you remember that, then you have an idea of how old I actually am. As for my Year in Pixels, yesterday was another regular ass day, thankfully, even though I have cramps and am PMSing, which is probably too much information, but fuck, what else do I do in these videos? At least you know my kidney pain was okay yesterday. Now I checked off everything on here that I got done yesterday. Habits. Let's get on it. I did get up. Did I get up yesterday at the right? I don't think I did. I think I got up at 7:30 yesterday. Yeah, so no, that doesn't count. But I did drink my water. Checked my blood pressure, didn't I? I did check my blood pressure. I can't remember shit today. 2 days in a row. I think maybe the weekly tracker is a good thing rather than the monthly. As you can see, I did stay on top of a lot of my habits, but some of them I haven't even started yet. So that is going to be the next big thing. Shove all this shit out of the way. As for my gratitude log for yesterday, I'm actually very grateful for cell phone technology. A lot of you guys are like, well, yeah, cell phones are great. The reason I'm grateful for cell phones this month is because both of my kids have them now. And as you know, I share custody, and having cell phones so that we can communicate with each other whenever we want to, even when they're not at my house, is fucking majestic. It's funny, I have these shows on my list, and my husband and I in the evenings have been zoning out, like for the hour or so we spend chilling out on the couch. We're either watching South Park or Drunk History. So cute doodles, we have got oak. Oh shit. I don't know I mean, there are so many oak trees in Napa. I don't fucking know what they look like, so I'm just gonna draw a generic tree and be done with it. I know they're kind of gnarly. That tree looks more like a zombie hand. We'll go with it. Now for the space situation, astronaut. Oh, god damn it. Why do I have to draw people? I'm just gonna draw the shoulders and the head looking over here because I don't want to draw a person. It's kind of a spooky astronaut. He looks kind of like, you know, I could have drawn a head in there, but no, I'm avoiding it. Today's Mama's Love lettering is daughtered me in the morning when my joints aren't working so well. I'm gonna actually try like non-poofy uppercase letters because like in block style, because a lot of the times with my D's, I feel like the spacing is not always right. You know, I'm kind of liking doing these challenges this way. I think it is fun to really think about like how you feel about a particular letter. I'm gonna get my time tracker filled in the rest of the way. We had a long ass meeting at church last night. Didn't get home till around 9. So all my shit is filled in for the day. Let's set this to the side and let's get into my planner. One of the things I do on Thursdays is fill in my weather for the rest of the week. We're getting a little rain today. Not much rain, but like sprinkling, which for California is exciting. I know some of you guys are dealing with like the hurricane, wintry blizzard shit, but I can't do anything about that. Allegedly, it's gonna rain at the beginning of next week, which will be great just in time for the kids to go back to school because we have a long winter break here. Dinner last night, we foraged yet again because my husband is still of the sensitive stomach. I have to add one more thing, well, 2 things for Thursday as we're getting into working on it. For one, I am changing my Facebook time to 5 p.m. because Michelle Baxter is going live at 4 p.m. in her group, Pacific time. If you're not in Pacific time, then it's some other time that I don't know. So I suck with the time changes between areas. I am going to note that though, because I would like to try and do that. So I'm just gonna put this right below it because this is, you know, all sort of chronologically in the right order, but not necessarily hitting the right times. To mark in that in the Quirky Heart community, there will be a live. I don't know if I will make it, but I will try. And then tonight, I am actually recording, oh my God, I'm throwing pens. I am recording a podcast interview. I'm gonna write that in really quick. So it looks like my evening today is very booked up, but my rest of my day is not, which is a good thing because today I need to write my fucking sermon. What the hell? Where did that ink come from? Damn it. And that's fresh too. Oh, no. No. Oh, that just made it worse. I don't know why this is bothering me so much. Off the sticker, the rest of it, I'll put a little white out on top of that. Why am I being so over the top about this? I don't know. It just bugs me. It looks dirty. I'm not sure if that makes it look less dirty, but it's making me feel better for right now. For my to-dos for today, pull off of this list. I made my smog check appointment, so I'm crossing that off as well. That's actually going to be on Monday of next week. So is that written in? Did I write that in my calendar? I did. I do need to add it to my bullet journal. I'm all over the place this morning. I told you guys I'm groggy as fuck. And, oh, I did write it in. I need to catch up on emails. My administrator from church has just gotten back from her few weeks off. Should probably pay my registration online for my car. And I need to meal plan at some point. I don't know when I'll have time for that, but I probably should since my kids are getting back from their dad's house tomorrow. This block, I know what it needs to be set aside for. There's no getting around it. This block needs to be set aside for writing my sermon because I need to get it done because there's starting at 4 p.m. I'm not going to have a lot of time. I will have some time tomorrow, but I would like to be able to use some of that time tomorrow that I have before the kids get home. Grocery shopping, and oh shit, there's one other thing I do need, an errand I need to run today that I need to make a mark on here as well. After I get showered up and, you know, collect my thoughts, I do need to run to the art supply store today. I guess I could do that tomorrow. I'm going to do that tomorrow because I would rather spend my time writing my sermon today. You're hearing kind of my train of thought right now. I'm not sure if it is wacky to hear it or what, but it's just how I roll. Like a red box. I don't have one. Well, I'll use this blue one. No, I'll use this one. No, I'll use this one. And I'm going to take this Get It Done sticker from the kit and put it right here across the top as a reminder that that is on the list of extreme must be done today. And that is how today is looking. What I'm gonna do for tomorrow, I don't wanna write specifically on here because as you have seen thus far this week, I don't always, like my plans change from day to day. I just wanna write Napa Valley. Oh, my fucking pen, why is it? I think it's ran out of ink because I've used it so much. Napa Valley Art Supply. I'm just gonna slap that on here so that tomorrow I'll remember to do that, but I'm not gonna put it on here yet because I don't know if I am gonna be able to or not. And that is my day built up. I'm gonna get into my bullet journal and start bullet journaling for the day and making my to-do list, which shouldn't be that long because I really need to focus on one thing. While I am writing them in, perhaps I will answer a question that I have gotten from some of you over the last few videos, and because of Vlogmas Vlogmas, and instead of speeding it up, you can watch this on fast speed for this part if you are not interested. But what I'm going to tell you about is the story of how we got my cat Loki. I am not a cat person. And you guys are joking. Like, are you kidding me? We've watched you on, you're freaking goofy for that cat. Well, yes, but no, in general, I am not a cat person. When I was growing up, we had a cat named Luigi, who my family adored. And he and I did not get along. And funny thing, he and Loki are they look like twins. When we lived in the house that we were renting before we bought this one, my husband and my kids were like, can we get a cat? And that house was old and had those windows that swing outwards. And so I was like, no, I don't want to get a cat because I don't want it to be an outdoor cat and I don't want it to escape. So I would rather not. But when we get into a house that has like screens, then maybe. But just my way of like being like, no, motherfuckers, I don't want a cat because I'm not a cat person and I'm going to be the one who gets stuck taking fucking care of it. But we bought this house, we moved in, it has screens, and soon my husband and my kids were like, can we get a cat? And I'm like, fuck, no, I'm in for it. And I'm like, okay, look, I'll be open to getting a cat if you guys take care of it. I don't have to clean the box. I don't have to do any of that shit. Because even though I work from home and I am home all day, doing shit, I don't want to be the one in charge of a pet that I didn't want in the first place. I already had to change fucking diapers. I already had to do all that. I don't want to. That kind of ended the conversation for a while. And then my husband was at band practices at their drummer's house, and their drummer has a shit ton of cats. And he had just adopted this pair named Loki and Thor. Well, he renamed them Loki and Thor from the rescue because their owner had to go into assisted living or something and couldn't take the cats with her. And so these two brothers, and he brought them to his house and he had 4 other cats or something, some large amount of cats. Thor was doing great with the other cats, but Loki is very needy of attention and I guess did not do well having to compete with it with other cats. And Jesse was at his drummer's house every week practicing and seeing this cat who really liked him and hearing about how the drummer, Scott, was like, well, I don't want to rehome him because I don't want to separate the brothers. So they came to the conclusion that maybe we should take Loki because then at least he'll still be in the family. And so Jesse took me over to meet Loki and I was like, okay, he seems like a sweetheart. I think I can deal with this. While I was in Dallas this summer, I want to say, it was either Arizona or Dallas. I'm pretty sure it was Dallas. Because I said this is maybe a good time because I'm not going to be here to deal with the cat, acclimating. You guys can do that. And then I'll come home and the cat will be in a better mood. As you can see, I'm very self-serving. And so they did that. I come home and this cat has, after the first week or so of getting to know us, has, as you've seen in my vlogs, been very attached to us. And he and I get along very well. And I think part of that's because he and I have no problem going up to the other when we would like, some snuggles or something. But generally, we just let each other be. And we respect each other's spaces, except when Loki decides to climb on my shoulders, which I fucking hate. But Jesse lets him do it, and now he's like, oh, I guess I can do it to Cindy too. And I'm like, no, motherfucker, I don't like that. The moral of the story is that Cindy is not a cat person, but I am a Loki person. I'm glad we have him. I think he's a sweetheart. I think he fits very well with our family. He's a perfect cat for us. And I'm just glad that we were able to find him because he has made all of our lives better, including the kids. Loki does really well with the custody. He's getting used to the different energy levels in this house because when the kids aren't here, the house is a lot. I mean, to be fair, now they're getting bigger and video games are their life, and so they're maybe a little less energetic than they would have been if we had gotten them in our life when they were 6 and 8. I really talking and lettering this is making it look janky as fuck, and I don't care. But that's the story of Loki. So for those of you who wanted to know, now you know. Right fucking sermon. That is what I need to do today. I'm thinking about adding another collection. I'm trying to decide if I want to swatch my Koi watercolor brush markers in here. I think I want to, but I'm not going to do that today. I may do that tomorrow. But for now, here is my bullet journal and here is my planner. This is what I'm going to be doing today. So if you are in the Quirky Heart community, I hope to see you on the live chat. I hope I will be there in the live chat. And now that I've answered this question about Loki, I think maybe I might start doing this in some of my videos, answering some of your questions just in general that you have for me. So if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments because I would love to continue to answer your questions rather than doing a Q&A video. It gives me something to talk about besides my planners, considering that, you know, I'm doing this every day for a month. So sooner or later, we're going to be like, okay, Cindy, you're going to draw a flag, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. So give me some questions and maybe I can get them answered for you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.